Hi friends, Nick here from Technology Lowdown. Today we're talking about why you don't really need to buy Windows 10 anymore if you're running Linux as your main operating system. For those who work in the IT industry like myself, or those that still need to touch Windows to either access the applications that they need or to carry out tasks for their work because they only use Windows operating systems and you need Windows software that isn't available on Linux, well, your option is to only run Windows. And thankfully, because of VMs, it makes life a whole lot easier. So one of the reasons why you don't need to buy Windows 10 anymore is because you can actually download Windows 10, the ISO, which gives you 90 days worth of Windows 10. And because, I'll just show you here, if you've got your VM, you can just simply blow it away after 90 days and start again. Now, if you were to just re-image this Windows 10 and mount that ISO for Windows 10, you can just reinstall it. It will work because it's another 90-day trial. And one of the tricks that I have in being able to blow away Windows 10 after 90 days and get up and running in as minimal time as possible. It probably takes me about 10 minutes to set up a new Windows 10 installation. Perhaps 10 to 20 minutes. It's pretty easy. So if I log into here in Windows 10, I just set this one up probably about a week ago. So I've got a fair bit of time left before it'll ask me for an activation. So the beauty of this 90-day evaluation is that's 3 months worth of time. That's a huge amount of time. And to be honest, you can download just about every application that most people need, especially when most tasks are completed using online tasks. And one of the easy ways to get up and running on Windows 10 and Windows operating systems in general, especially if you're not really using any specialized applications of any sort, is to download this little application. It's called Ninite. I've used it for probably at least the last 7 years or so, and it makes life rather simple when it comes to installing all those extra applications that you want, such as say you want Chrome or Firefox and you want 7-zip so you can do your zips. And nowadays we're downloading Zoom. If you want to download Skype, you wouldn't really do that. And if you're running it in a VM, you probably wouldn't even want Zoom. You would probably download VLC if you need to do some stuff in there. I probably don't really need that, but it's also great for these runtimes. Say if you need to do Java, or if you need Silverlight for Internet Explorer, which is one of the reasons why I run Windows 10, and that's so I can get that Silverlight. And it also works with my Hikvision NVR because it requires ActiveX, which works in Internet Explorer, and it's just a heck of a lot easier to get it going in Windows than it is in Linux. And as you can see here, you've got all these other options. You can install, say, Launchy if you want that one. You get a screenshot utility, Paint.net if you need to do a little bit of editing within Windows. You can download your Office suite, a PDF reader. You can also download your antivirus, but why would you even do that now when Windows 10 actually has Defender built into it? So already this has made it pretty simple. I haven't had to visit any of these websites to get set up with Windows 10. If you're using a client other than OneDrive, you can download Dropbox or Google Backup. In terms of OneDrive, you don't really need that anymore. That's redundant because it's built into Windows 10. Another good one here is FileZilla and Notepad++. I usually download those. Well, actually, no, I'll remove Notepad++. I used to use that before I started to move across to Visual Studio Code. And what that gives you, when I clicked on Get My Ninite, is it will give me an executable with the install instructions. Okay, so I'm going to open that folder, and here's that download. Quite simply what I do is I just rename this one because it renames it to that really long file name. It's been like that forever on the website. I don't know why they just wouldn't call it ninite.exe when you download it. Sure, it's helpful if you want to know what you're installing, but to be honest, you only download it and then delete it pretty much. So let's run this one. And this will open up the launcher, which will then go through and install all those applications that you've requested. We'll just allow it permission. And now it's running through that setup process. We can click Show Details, and it's going to tell us exactly what it's doing. Now I've already installed all these applications here because I've used Ninite. Oh, looks like I didn't actually have Java on here, but looks like it's installing now. So that's okay, we'll let that one go through. And one of the beauties behind this application, Ninite, is you can actually go into here, you can go into Task Scheduler, and you can set a scheduled task to run this Ninite application periodically. So say I'm in task scheduler here, and I'm just going to create a basic task. Okay, so here's my basic task window. I'm just going to call it Ninite, and we're just going to tell it to run weekly. We recur every 1 week, that's fine. On a Sunday, I'm going to start a program, and here's where we get that file, the Ninite one that we just downloaded. I'm going to cut that one, and we're going to paste it into a bit more of an obvious folder. Okay, there's that one there. I'm going to click next, and then finish. And now I can just go into properties for that task. Then we can go we can go settings. Remove that stop the task if it runs longer. Then we can run the task with the highest privileges. And if the task fails, restart every 2 hours. We'll deselect that one and just run the task as soon as possible after the start is missed, say if you don't turn on the VM on a Sunday. And then to test that, you could click run and that'll run. Click close, that's fine. And we can see that's downloading happily in the background there. In fact, it's downloading LibreOffice there as well. And then it will move on to .NET and Paint.NET. And as you can see here, I've got all these applications here on the desktop. I did have to install Adobe Acrobat Reader as an extra thing, but you can see how this Ninite application can just help you get your Windows 10 setup going really easily after installing Windows 10. So what are some of the other reasons that you might want to run Windows 10 on a 90-day evaluation trial? Quite simply, it's very easy to download it. You can just go to that website, Microsoft.com, and you can download the latest ISO. And quite often, the ISO that you'll be getting will actually be the most recent one. And because it's the most recent one, it means that you will be running the most up-to-date Windows 10 system out of everyone that you know. And it's on a VM, so if you have any problems, just take a snapshot and go back to the last edition. So you might wonder, well, what about my files? I can't just blow away with my machine every week or so, or every month, or at the end of that 90-day period, because I'll lose all my files. Well, if you're keeping all your files in the cloud, well, it doesn't really matter because they're all in the cloud. You can just log into your cloud account and then download your files, whether that be OneDrive, Dropbox, or Google Drive. You can just download and pull your files back down, even pCloud. The other option is you could always just put it on, say, an extra disk that you could link to your virtual box, and then you just don't wipe that one, you wipe the other one. So they're just a few of my thoughts on why you don't need to buy Windows 10 anymore, especially if you're running Linux and not actually using Windows 10 as your main operating system. One of your other arguments might be, well, I use Adobe products. Well, if you're using Adobe products, well, I have no solution for you there because Adobe, I think they only give you a 30-day trial or something, and well, you'd have to blow it away every 30 days. That's probably too quick for me, but 90 days I find is more than enough time to blow it away and not get too annoyed about having to blow it away after 90 days. But if you've got software which allows you to run it in trial states, then yeah, just use Windows 10 under a trial and you'll be fine. Well, thanks for watching this video from Technology Lowdown. If this video has been helpful, if you've liked it in some way, please like this video and don't forget to tap the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos like this. Bye!